Well, the name of the show this week is how they wouldn't give Commander Drew a TSA pre-check, even with a top secret clearance. Dr. Paul, in my squadron, VA-35, the Black Panthers, my A6 squadron, I was given the job of communications officer. And with that job, you get a super top secret clearance. You get a really top secret clearance because you're getting all the comm from the main Navy given to your squadron. So I had a super top secret clearance. Well, I went to go get a TSA pre-check. And because I have American Express, they'll pay for it. I think it's $75 or something. Anyway, I filled out all the paperwork, I did everything, and I went to my interview. And they told me I could not get it because when I was 16, I was arrested for a hash pipe, which they called back then a narcotic implement. I was arrested for a hash pipe. The case never, it was expunged. I never was found guilty, none of that. And the Navy saw fit to give me a super top secret clearance, but they wouldn't. What do you think about that, Paul?
I can see how that could happen because, believe it or not, a good friend of mine from college, a couple years ago, he told me something. He entered the Air Force in the 70s, and I guess he got some kind of a parking violation in Arizona in the mid-70s. He worked for the federal government. He was prohibited from getting some kind of clearance from the FAA not long before he retired, 30 years, 35, 40, almost 50 years later, because this thing was still on his record when he was like a, 22-year-old young man. Now he's like, that time he was like in the 60s, and it was still there. So yeah, I believe you.